Melbourne Water proudly celebrates many years of growth by supporting an array of various activities that enhance life and livability at many local waterways, thanks to community participation in our river health incentives programs, part of which is represented by our Stream Frontage Management Program. The Stream Frontage Management Program is designed for landholders who manage a waterway on their property.
So in 2007, we joined the Stream Frontage Management Program. With the help of one extra contractor, we basically just started chainsawing and at one stage we even used a machete to actually get in to cut the blackberry back, although that was after it had been sprayed. As you can see in the before photograph, a heavy infestation of hawthorn and blackberry. Now, as you look at it, we've got a terrific wildlife corridor. The frogs are in the background, a nice healthy waterway, which is what we wanted to achieve. Here we are at the northern end of our project, and as you can see in the before photograph, that's how it looked, with a huge infestation of willow and blackberry. And now, as you can see, it's a haven of young seedling eucalypts and, further along, a good mixture of trees and shrubs.
I'm GERARD MOREL, Waterways and Land Officer at Melbourne Water, and this project is the WERRETT family property on the headwaters of Toolern Creek in Gisborne South. Toolern Creek at this particular spot looked a bit ordinary before the WERRETT family started working on it. The WERRETT family began removing the weeds and planting hundreds and thousands of native plants along the waterway. Melbourne Water helped out by doing some capital works here, removing the bulk of the woody weeds. Now you have this fantastic, almost textbook looking project. These beautiful sparkling pools surrounded by native vegetation like poa grasses and red gums. It's a terrific site, and this project is a real example of what a property owner can do in partnership with Melbourne Water, especially if they're really knowledgeable and motivated like the WERRETT family have been.
This morning we're here at the Darebin Creek in Ivanhoe with Chris and Michelle, who along with many of their adjoining neighbours have been doing some fantastic work to improve the frontage along the Darebin Creek.
Along with my neighbours, we've been involved in the Stream Frontage Management Program since 2010. And my role is to coordinate the project.
We started revegetating the bank along the stream where we live.
Down on the lower bank here is what the whole site used to look like, very dense weed coverage from the bottom of the bank heading up. In front of us here we've got a site that has recently been sprayed in preparation for planting. And then on the other side of us here we have a planting that has taken place, and now this vegetation is on its way. Here we are at an established site, and we have a range of species here. We have native grasses in the ground story, establishing for the middle story. The diversity that's found here is all due to the great work that Michelle has done in choosing the different species to put in.
Best thing about moving here was about a week after moving here, one of the neighbours said hello and handed me a green bean from their garden. I said, oh, that's delicious. And we started talking about gardening. And then they were like, come down to the creek. We do these regular working bees. And that was actually Chris and Richard. And they put me in touch with Michelle. So we started coming down, and my kids helped do the weeding.
For me, I knew virtually nothing about Indigenous plants before beginning this project.
Martin and Richard and a lot of the other guys are the real quiet achievers, because Michelle and I are out there and pretty gung-ho. But in the background, they're doing a lot of the digging and the hard labour.
So I feel incredibly grateful to be living on the Darebin Creek, and particularly to be part of the project here. I really love nature, and so for me it's a real opportunity to connect with nature, the plants and the animals, and to do my bit.
Efforts like this contribute to ongoing weed control, vegetation management, and the planting of over 3 million plants and the instalment of more than 1,500 kilometres of fencing along our waterways. That's similar to fencing from Melbourne to Byron Bay, all which greatly contribute to protecting and improving the health of our waterways and the environment. Melbourne Water is proud of the projects achieved to date, and we look forward to collaborating with you on future Healthy Waterways projects.